Hare Krishna. Today's topic is where is the order to become Guru. Bhima Prabhu's promise is to give anyone $108,000 who can prove that some Guru of ISKCON was authorized by Prabhupada. Stay with me now and I'll elaborately prove ISKCON Gurus were authorized and Bhima Prabhu should give me this money. Ritviks blame Gurus of ISKCON that they did not have Prabhupada's order to become Guru. They often bring this quote. In the latter days of my Guru Maharaja, he was very disgusted. Acharya he would have mentioned, because on the night before he passed away, he talked of so many things, but never mentioned an Acharya. His idea was Acharya was not to be nominated among the governing body. He said openly, you make a GBC and conduct the mission. So his idea was, among the members of GBC who would come out successful and self-effulgent Acharya would be automatically selected. The result is now everyone is claiming to be Acharya even though they may be Kanishka Adhikari with no ability to preach. In some of the camps the Acharya is being changed 3 times a year. Therefore, we may not commit the same mistake in our ISKCON camp. Usually, Ritvik supporters claim Prabhupada is their Guru. No other Guru is required, but actually, Ritvik Gurus are also manifest sometime. So, we'd like to introduce you well-known Bhima Prabhu. He has 2 main theses. First one, we should follow the final order of Prabhupada, the letter July 9th. Second, in order to be a Guru, one must get order to be a Guru. ISKCON Gurus have no such order as Bhima says. The first Bhima says is, we won't even consider as nobody is able to follow this letter now, including Bhima himself. So we leave it out. Let's come to the second thesis. So we quote Bhima Prabhu. But he, Srila Prabhupada, left the Gaudiya math because he found out after years of trying to get his god brothers to return to the order of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. See Phalguna Krishna Panchami of Srila Prabhupada. Make a study of it carefully. It was never possible for Gaudiya math to ever obey the order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. And the other was they began to self-appoint themselves, every one of them, as gurus. So Srila Prabhupada left, right? This was Bhima's thesis. So according to Bhima Prabhu, the mistake is their self-appointment as gurus. Therefore, according to Bhima, Gurus ISKCON committed the same mistake as Gaudiya math did. Because Guru ISKCON appointed themselves Guru without order to become Guru. That's Bhima's thesis. Let's consider it closely. What was the actual order by Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, which god brothers of Prabhupada violated? So we go to Phalgun Krishna Panchami, which Bhima refers to. What was the real order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati is spoken here. So we can see in the point of 21 and 22 the order of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. That everyone coming together should merge in your message and preach it to the world. And in point 23 it is said, if everyone just initiates, there will be only a contradictory result. As long as it goes on, there will be only failure. And in point 24, Prabhupada shows a way out. Now even my god brothers, you return here to the order of our master, and together we engage in his puja. 30 point. Our master said to preach, let the neophytes stay in the temples and ring the bells. So the Guru's order was to preach in cooperation, not to stay at the temple. His god brothers appointed themselves acharyas without preaching work. That is why Prabhupada called them useless. Now we are gonna compile all the puzzles together. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati ordered. He said openly, you make a GBC and conduct the mission. So his idea was, among the members of GBC who would come out successful and self-effulgent Acharya would be automatically selected. Another order was 22 point. Preaching in cooperation. What is your order also? that everyone coming together should merge in your message and preach it to the world. So the conclusion is, brothers of Prabhupada violated several orders of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. First, they did not form a GBC body. Second point, they denied to take part in cooperative preaching to help Prabhupada in his preaching in West. Third point, they appointed Acharya without forming a GBC body and cooperative preaching. As we can see, nothing is said about taking the position of Guru without order of spiritual master. Prabhupada's point was, every of his god brothers should come together to preach the message of Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to the world. One bewildered by ignorance, what kind of renunciate can he be? He will only be a Phalgu Vairagi, renouncing externally, as we can see in point 5. So Prabhupada's warning not to commit the same mistake was not to appoint acharyas who are useless, who cannot preach, whose renunciation is external. That was Prabhupada's thesis, and let's compare it with Bhima's thesis. So Bhima's thesis is, and he further sternly warned that ISKCON should not commit or make the same mistake for disobeying the order of Guru and to self-appoint themselves as gurus, which in both cases they did without remorse. So Bhima Prabhu tries to replace Prabhupada's real thesis with his thesis. He likes to change thesis and then give it out as Prabhupada's thesis. Ritviks blame ISKCON gurus and call them gurus by vote. They recite that Acharya is self-effulgent and cannot be voted. Yes, it's true. However, it is said, he said openly, you make a GBC and conduct the mission. So his idea was among the members of GBC who would come out successful and self-effulgent Acharya would be automatically selected. From this passage we see that the selection of an Acharya by the GBC body is implied. Another quote may clear up this moment. 4 June 1976 Los Angeles interview. Reporter, is there anyone who is designated to succeed you as the primary teacher of the movement? Prabhupada, I am training some. I mean to say advanced students so that they may be very easily take up the charge. I've made them GBC, they are under my direct training, and I think they'll be able to conduct this movement. Reporter, do you expect to name one person as your successor or have you already? Prabhupada, that I am not contemplating now, but there is no need of one person, as other things are managed, but by committee. So this can also be managed, and the committee may elect one person as a chief, as just like in the democracy there are senators and there is president, so it may be I may nominate or they can nominate. Here Prabhupada confirms the point that successor or successors can be elected or nominated by GBC. From the 28 May conversation we see, Prabhupada, they must be all ideal Acharya-like. In the beginning, we have done for working. Now we should be very cautious. Anyone who is deviating, he can be replaced. Prabhupada says that GBC should be all ideal Acharya-like. This statement by Prabhupada coincides with the interview. There must be the order to become Guru. Prabhupada said, I have become Guru when my Guru ordered me. So by reciting quotes like this, Ritvik's claim there must be the order from Guru to become Guru. Bhima Prabhu has one interesting feature. He allegedly offers $108,000 to anyone who can prove that he was empowered by Prabhupada to be a Guru. That is, Bhima requires any written evidence of receiving authority to be a Guru authorized by Prabhupada. But what is actually the curiosity of this chip? And the trick is that it set conditions that cannot be met. There is no precedent in our parampara when someone was ordered to become a Guru in writing. Unfortunately, even Prabhupada, if he were present, could not satisfy Bhima's demands because He also did not have any written evidence of receiving the authority to be a guru from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Therefore, Bhima is calm about his money. He knows that there is no chance of losing it. He is just using the trick to convince naive people that the ISKCON gurus are not legitimate, but in reality it is a ridiculous ploy to impress people, and we want to figure it out whether he is not bluffing. What the order to become guru actually means. The order has already been given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Amara Agya Guru Hana. When Prabhupada says in 28 May conversation, Prabhupada, yes, that is formality, because in my presence one should not become guru, so on my behalf, on my order, Amara Agya Guru Hana. But there is one important detail. Mahaprabhu's order to become guru has already been given. However, one should not become a guru in the presence of one's guru. So Prabhupada says, on my order you become guru on my behalf. When a guru passes away, one can become a guru provided one obtains the necessary qualification. They can not only the swamis, even the grihasthas, they are called dasa adhikari, and brahmacharis, everyone can. Whoever is initiated, he is competent to make disciples. But as a matter of etiquette, they do not do so in the presence of their spiritual master. This is the etiquette, otherwise they are competent. They can make disciples and spread. So the order to become guru has already been given by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The only thing you have to have is a qualification to carry out this order. And we will prove it by the next quote. Prabhupada. So far designation is concerned, the spiritual master authorizes every one of his disciples, but it is up to the disciple to carry out the order and be able to carry out or not. It is not that spiritual master is partial. He designates one and rejects other. He may do that if the other is not qualified. He can do that, but actually his intention is not like that. He wants that each and every one of his disciples become as powerful as he is, or more than that. That is his desire. Just like father wants every son to be as qualified or more qualified than the father. But it is up to the student or to the son to raise himself to that standard. So Prabhupada says, if you are incapable of raising yourself to the standard of becoming spiritual master, that is not your spiritual master's fault, that is your fault. He wants, just like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Amara Agya Guru Hana, instruct everyone to follow the order of Lord Shri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. By my order, every one of you become a guru. Now, if one cannot carry out the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then how he can become a guru? The first qualification is that he must be able to carry out the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then he becomes guru. So that carrying out the order of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu depends on one's personal capacity. Therefore, Ritviks, stop fooling around people already, demanding the order to become a guru. The order has already been given, but only qualifications are needed to accept this order. So Bhima Prabhu, you wanted a written evidence that ISKCON gurus got the order to be a guru. I provided you with this written evidence. So how can I get my cash? Thanks for watching. Put likes, dislikes, subscribe to the channel, leave comments under the video. Add to our group and contact. Hare Krishna.